Joe Exotic, the star of Tiger King, was sentenced to prison on Friday for plotting to assassinate his competitor, Carole Baskin. Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado Passage, was sentenced to 21 years in prison by a federal judge in Oklahoma City, 1 year less than he was originally sentenced to in January 2020. Exotic won his appeal last year, arguing that the initial sentencing judge incorrectly tallied his two murder-for-hire convictions separately rather than together. The convictions should be counted together, according to the appeals court, because they had the same criminal goal and were part of the same course of action. Exotic's lawyer John M. Phillips told BuzzFeed News via email on Friday, "We are dissatisfied with the court's judgment and will appeal." The reality star maintained his innocence in a statement read to the judge and provided to BuzzFeed News by his lawyer. "As you can see, I did not receive a fair trial. The truth was not revealed," he claimed. "I've lost enough in my life because of this, while the folks who lied to you and the jury get away with it." Last year, Exotic was diagnosed with cancer and begged to be released. In a victim impact statement, Baskin told the judge that Exotic remained a threat to her and her family. "He still harbors great thoughts of ill will against me," she explained. After the sentencing, Baskin told BuzzFeed News that she was happy with the verdict. "I believe the judge was fair, and 21 years is a long time for someone who was convicted of attempting to hire at least two persons to kill me," she said. "I believe the tigers he bred for life in prison or worse would be relieved to hear he will spend the rest of his life in a cage." Exotic, a zookeeper, attempted to hire two assassins, including an undercover FBI agent, to assassinate Baskin, an animal rights activist who had questioned his handling of large cats, as documented in the popular 2020 Netflix documentary. Exotic was also convicted on 8 charges of falsifying wildlife records and 9 counts of murdering and selling endangered tigers. Exotic's attorneys had hoped that former President Donald Trump would pardon him before leaving office, but no such mercy was granted. Tiger King star Joe Exotic's prison term in his murder-for-hire case has been reduced, but he still served time in prison. On Wednesday, a federal appeals court affirmed the television star's conviction, but overturned his 22-year jail term and ordered a retrial, citing an error in how a lower court judge calculated the length of time. Exotic, whose actual name is Joseph Maldonado Passage, was convicted on 2 counts of attempting to hire assassins to kill Big Cat Rescue CEO Carole Baskin. He was also convicted on 8 charges of falsifying wildlife documents and 9 counts of murdering and selling endangered tigers. Exotic's sentencing was before the federal appeals court on the issue of whether his 2 murder-for-hire convictions should be counted separately or together for determining the duration of this jail term. The judge decided not to combine the 2 crimes at Exotic's sentencing in January 2020, despite the fact that they had a single criminal goal and were part of the same course of action, according to the federal court. Although the district court appeared to believe that the 2 murder-for-hire schemes shared a same criminal purpose, it erroneously believed that grouping would not be proper unless they were also part of the same course of conduct. The decision finds that this error in reading the standards necessitates reversal. Different elements in federal criminal cases are assigned numerical values, such as the seriousness of the accusations, whether a person pleaded guilty, and whether they had previous convictions, and those figures are totaled up to come up with a range of how much time someone should spend in jail. Judges are not required to follow this guideline range, although they frequently do so in order to equalize sentences across the criminal justice system. Exotic's total offense score would have been 37 if the court had combined the murder-for-hire offenses with a sentence range of 210 to 262 months. Instead, the ungrouped counts resulted in a final grade of 39, with a punishment range of 262 to 327 months. Brandon Sample, Exotic's attorney, said in a statement that he was delighted with the appellate court's decision. "I understood when I decided to defend Joe that an appeal would be difficult," he added, "but I also knew that the law was on Joe's side. I'm hopeful that today's decision is just the first of many triumphs for Joe and his eventual liberation. Baskin declined to comment on the ruling, and there was no timetable for when Exotic will be sentenced again. Exotic's attorneys were loudly touting their client's expected White House pardon in 2021 as former President Donald Trump prepared to leave office, which never occurred. Baskin told BuzzFeed News at the time that she was relieved Trump did not grant her a pardon. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What are your views about this? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.